Hello, my name is Darren Thomas, and I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. In this video, we're going to learn how to deal with some errors that you might encounter when working with subroutines in Microsoft Excel VBA, obviously. So let's go ahead and see what we can learn. So I have this nice little subroutine set up right here. And basically what I'm trying to do is I have a currency converter. I'm taking, Thai baht and I'm converting it to dollars. But it works, but there are some problems if the end user doesn't follow things exactly how I set it up. So the first thing that I did, of course, was I dim X as a double. So, so it could take decimal values. And then I have an input box where it asks input baht amount here. So the end user is going to put in however much Thai baht they want. 1 baht, 10 baht, a million baht, whatever. The number doesn't matter. After they do this, the subroutine will then provide an output in a message box that says X. Remember, X represents the amount of Thai baht they put in is whatever the number is. This right here, format number, is a function we're using. And basically what it's doing is multiplying X by 0.03. Because that's about the conversion rate right now when you go from baht to US dollars, basically. And so, X times 0.03, and we only want the first two decimals. We don't want a long line of decimals here. And then we finish out our text with US dollars, and then the subroutine ends. So the way this is set up, it works. So go ahead and watch this. I'm just going to click on Run Sub. You can also click F5. So it's going to ask me, enter the baht amount right here. So I'll just put in, 350 baht. And then you can see we get the answer. That's about $10.50. Now, the other way you can do this is you can see, let me go back here. I have this nice button right here. And so you can insert your own buttons by clicking on the developers tab, click on insert, and then you have the little button guy right here. I've already done that. And if I click on this, it'll already run everything for me. Because again, when you're creating subroutines for other people, you probably don't want them to be looking inside, the actual, VBA application developer part of Excel. You want them just to focus on using whatever it is you put inside the worksheet, if you will, part of Microsoft Excel. So if they click on this button, you can see I can put in the same information. You have to link the macro to it, obviously, and you click OK. And I got about the same answer. I didn't put in the same amount. I should have put in 350. So there you go, $10.50 US dollars. Now, what we're going to do now is that there's going to be some problems here. So, for example, if I type in text as an example, it brings up the VBA developer and it gives me this error message. Now, for me as the creator, that's okay. But if I want somebody else to use this, this could be very confusing for them. Not everybody who uses Excel is comfortable with looking at, the VBA developer, etc. Also, if I just click cancel, I also get this error again, and it brings up the VBA developer. So, not so much for myself, but for other people who might use this subroutine, I need to find a way to avoid this and to hide this error message so that my end user does not have this problem. So there are two things that we need to do. We're going to do them one at a time to help to fix this. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a little error message box that will prevent the VBA developer from coming up. So to do that, we're going to type in the following. Underneath where we declared the variable, we're going to put here on error go to here. All right. Oh, I don't need that. All right. So this is a command. And so now I have to tell it where is it supposed to go to. That's the first thing. And so we're going to put right here at the bottom, we're going to put here, and then we have to put a colon. So what's going to happen is that when there's an error, it's going to go to whatever I put below the here colon. So everything, whatever I put below here. Now we're going to type in the following: MSGBO. Oops, I did it wrong. MSGBOX. And you could type whatever you want here. There was an error. Okay, so now what's going to happen is that whenever there's a problem, it'll pull up this box. So we're going to go back to our home screen, if you will. Click on our little friend here, bot to dollars, and we're going to type in, let's say we type in this. Now you can see that it does not bring up the developer, and it does not give that strange developer error message. Instead, it replies with the message that we typed. There was an error. Okay. Now, but here's the thing. If I put in a proper value, I get my answer, but I also get this error. No matter what I do, I always get the error message. So now we went from getting a strange error message that might confuse an end user to getting an error message that is more reasonable, but that appears every single time, even when there is not an error. So we have to find a way to deal with that. See, no matter what I do, it comes up. Let's go back to the developer, and we have to put in one more little line of code here. So underneath my first message box, I have to put a little command here that says exit sub. And what this tells VBA is that if there are no problems, complete the sub here, complete the subroutine here. Now, if we go back and we type in things as they should be, I get my value and I get no error message. If you saw that, let me do that again. I type in my value, 350 baht. That is about $10.50. No error message. Now, if I type in text, I'll get the error message, but I don't get the VBA developer. Done. And if I just click cancel, I get the error message, but I don't get the VBA developer. So this is one of many ways that this can be addressed. Of course, this is not exhaustive, as you can probably tell. So let me try to summarize what we did in this particular video and then conclude it. So in this video, what we did is that we were introduced to finding a way to deal with error messages that you might encounter when working with subroutines in Microsoft Excel VBA. So in this particular example, we were creating a currency converter, and we had to find ways to deal with times where we might press cancel, or when the user might put in text instead of putting in numbers, which is highly likely. You have to put these kind of mechanisms in place for your end user, because they might not have the same comfort of working with code that the developer of the subroutine has, which is often going to be you, the actual developer. And so basically all that we did was we added two little lines of code here. Or probably three. We added this on error go to here. So when we add this, what happens is that when an error happens, it goes down right here and it shares this message box with the user. But after we did that, we had the problem that every single time we ran this subroutine, it always shared this message, because there was no mechanism in place to tell it to exit if things were going appropriately. And so we had to add this one little line right here, exit sub, which tells VBA that if everything is okay, exit the sub right here. And so that is those two little pieces that we had to add in order to make this code, smooth for the end user. Of course, like I already told you, there's way more than one way to deal with this. This is just one of the simpler ways, in my opinion. So having said that, my name is Darren Thomas. I am the Director of Educational Research Techniques. Thank you for watching, and take care.